Let's do that Glenn Beck sound. Here is a Glenn Beck who is, I don't want to say the voice of reason, but he's on with Megyn Kelly talking about Marco Rubio's support of Trump. And this is even before, I think, these comments about the judge. What did Marco Rubio say about this? Oh, I find that inappropriate. Oh, this is after the judge? But did Rubio, no, I don't know. All right, here it is. This is number 6.
What do you make of Marco Rubio coming out and saying that not only will he get behind Trump, but he will speak at the convention on his behalf after all the things, Rubio has said about Trump?
Megyn, I don't know about you, but I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I lost my credibility through alcoholism and made some really bad choices and lied to people about things.
Pause it. Let me just say in Glenn Beck's defense, he also lost his credibility after he was sober from all the things he said on television and radio. But that's beside the point.
When you lose everything in your life, and you don't have your credibility, and your family won't even believe you on things anymore, you realize that's the only thing of value that you actually possess. And so I made a vow 20 years ago, say what you mean what you say, I just want my credibility back. I can't understand people who can come out and say the things that Marco Rubio did, or the things that I did, and then say, well, but for politics, I'm going to go with him. Mm-hmm. You either meant it or you didn't. And it's not like I have disagreements with his policies. It was more along the lines of he is deeply flawed and dangerous as a human being. Mm-hmm. That's different. That's not policies.
It's as if these politicians expect us to completely forget everything they said and just excuse the lie. Was it a lie when you said the bad things about Trump to help yourself in the political campaign? Or is it a lie now when you say he's great and you'll support him in the Oval Office?
I had a conversation last night with a talk radio giant. And we were talking about it, and he asked me, so what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to stay the course. That's who I am. But we were talking about everyone is being watched right now, and there's no way to win. If you say, okay, I'm for Trump now, and you're Rubio, you lose, because people will remember. If I stay in my position, I lose. If I move my position, I lose. There's nothing happening now because we've lost the point of reason.
The fun part about this, aside from the fact that all of it's very fun, is that when Glenn Beck says people will remember, he's not talking about normal people. Because if you criticize Trump, he said, people will remember. Now, normal people will remember that, and that would be a good thing. But Trump is saying the non-normal people will remember, i.e. the Republican base, and that'll be a bad thing for you. You'll never be able to live it down that you rejected the dangerous, racist, unbalanced, unqualified nominee for president.
It's going to last.
I mean, honestly, it's like these guys all went into their sandbox and then suddenly woke up one day and said, like, oh my God, we filled this thing with manure, not sand. What are we going to do about that? Should we get out? No. That's it. That's it. We're just going to stay in here. Unbelievable. Hello, you. I'm Sam Seder. Looking for smart progressive talk that is occasionally amusing? Well, subscribe to our YouTube feed. Subscribe to our podcast. Like us on Facebook. And just generally enjoy us.